What's up guys, Cantor here doing another toy review, and this is for something that I got off eBay recently. It's something I've been meaning to pick up. I've been biding my time to pick them up at a reasonable price, and this is the Godzilla, the Neca Godzilla 1954 original Godzilla. So this is basically the king and start of the monsters. This is where Godzilla began. It's his original sculpt from the original costume that they used, and the figure is done really well. It's done in their kind of 12-inch line. So when you get the figure, his tail section is loose, so you have to plug it into place. But I'll go over the box quickly. So the box comes on this blister card style packaging with the Godzilla title down the bottom, with Godzilla 1954 printed on the bottom. You got a picture of the 1954 Godzilla. I believe this is actually a picture of one of the old Bandai model kits or Bandai figures. I'm not sure if that's right or not, but it's not a still from the film. It's actually a some sort of other kind of memorabilia type thing. And then flipping around to the back of the box, you have Godzilla logo again, and then you have a picture of the actual 1954 Neca figure, and then on the bottom you just have Godzilla as well. As far as I know, the packaging is the same on all the Godzilla figures bar the video game one. That's really the only one that has a different packaging. The rest of them all have the same packaging, but other than that, it's pretty much in scale. Well, I wouldn't say he's in scale, but he's in the same league as all the rest of them. So he's quite articulated. So the figure itself, the sculpting is really well done. Now, one thing that's interesting is if I open the mouth here, you can see that his tongue is all grey, and that's because they did him in a black and white style colour scheme. His teeth are grey, his claws are grey, even the toes are grey. And the reason they did that is because of the original Godzilla film being in black and white, and then they re-released it with Raymond Burr, I think, in it as it was the same film but with extra scenes edited in with the actor Raymond Burr for the American release of the film, but the original 1954 Japanese release of Gojira didn't have him in it. So he's really well done. He has spines going all the way down his back, which start at the very tip of his head. You go all the way down. His tail is segmented up until the point where you have to plug it in, then it's all one piece and it's a bendy wire inside it. He has kind of a hip joint. He has knee joints which are super tight, which are really hard to do, a single jointed knee. He has ball jointed feet, which get a great range of movement. There's ball jointed shoulders, so you can get some great movement out of him. He has single hinged elbows, which give him great amount of articulation. He has ball socket wrists, and for this release, it's easier on this left hand, they actually added in hand articulation with the 3 claws. They actually gave him a 3 claw cut, so you can get some extra articulation points in him. And then he has a double jointed double cut on the neck, so he has one at the base of the neck, one just above, one at the base of the neck where it joins the body suit itself, and then one just midway up the neck, give him extra articulation. He has a great swivel on it, he has forward and back on it, and then he has an articulated jaw, which is really well done. He's fantastically well sculpted. I really love this figure. I was at first not sure whether I'd get him or the SH Monster Arts, even though the SH Monster Arts version is phenomenally, it was a lot more expensive, but I opted to get him instead. So the only other Godzilla I have at hand over here at the moment is the video game style 1985 Godzilla. So you can see the differences between the two of them. Suit wise, they did change up the suit a good bit for the films, but they kind of stuck with the similar aesthetics, you know, big giant lizard. The spines on the back of the video game ones are more pronounced because it's from the video game. and he still has a very similar style head. It was mainly the body. It was actually changed they gave him a bit more slender look, and they kind of dumbed down the suit a bit for the 1985 release. But overall, he's a really cool figure. So if you are interested in the Godzilla figures, I do recommend picking him up. He is a cheaper alternative to the SH Figure Arts. I do love the SH Figure Arts. I do love the SH Figure Arts Godzilla figures. The only problem I have is, well, it's mainly the price. When they first release them, they're cheap enough. It's just the secondary pricing market seems to go bananas over the prices for them. So they range from anywhere from, when they initially get released, from $100 to $200, all the way up to $400 to $500, which I just can't justify picking up a Godzilla figure for. The only downside is, I know Neca have said repeatedly that Toho, who are the license holders for the Godzilla license, won't allow them to do any of the monster kaijus, as in like the villain characters for Godzilla. So like creatures like Rodan, Ghidorah, Mothra, Baragorn, all those, they won't allow them to do those figures. Whereas in the SH Monster Arts line, they have a bunch of those style figures. You have Mecha King Ghidorah, Ghidorah himself, Mecha Godzilla 1, 2, and 3. You have Super Mecha Godzilla. You even have Mothra and Bathra and a few of the other Godzilla kind of creatures from the line in the Monster Arts one. And it is a shame that Neca aren't allowed to do the monsters, because I'm sure they would do a really good job with those kind of villain style versus monsters. So there you go, guys. Just a little less of me rambling as per normal, but a quick video review for the 1954 original Godzilla. And as you can see, he is really cool, and I do recommend picking him up if you can get him. The only one I don't have from the Neca line is the 1994 Godzilla, which is the one from Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla, and they reused it for the Godzilla vs. Destroyer, which is Burning Godzilla. It's the same. It was the same suit used for both films, so I don't have that one. And NECA did release a Loot Crate exclusive, which I'm going to try and pick up. I would love to get it. It's a glow-in-the-dark. It's called Reactor Glow Godzilla, and it's basically a glow-in-the-dark version of the 94 suit. So there you go, guys. Quick video review. Hope you like my video reviews. If you do, click like. If you want to subscribe, feel free to subscribe, and feel free to comment in the comment section below. Cheers, guys.